Hello YouTube pipe community, OTC Piper here. I'm just taking a minute just for some daily chat and housekeeping. Got some blend reviews that are coming up. I'm going to actually record them here in a few minutes. I don't know if I'll post them right away. But I mentioned it before. I'm going to be doing the Captain Black Copper and the Stoker B23 B&B. These are a couple aromatics I just recently picked up, and I wanted to get a review out on them because I do like them. I did try them out. I actually recorded the reviews and didn't realize there was some information that I left out, and I really wanted to put in there instead of doing all the editing and all that. I just wanted to, I'll go ahead and shoot another one. They're not very long. So those are going to be coming out either maybe tonight or tomorrow. Let me get my pipe lit real quick. Today enjoying some Captain Black Cherry. Meandering Piper's recent reviews of the Captain Black line has kind of revived my taste for the cherry. For the longest time I had stayed away from cherry. For what reasons I really don't know. I saw some out of B&M the other day and I thought, you know, I'm going to try this again. And I'm glad I did. So, some of you may have seen, I've been kind of tinkering around with some intro clips, some, you know, like an intro photo, some thumbnails. I've kind of had a lot of issues getting used to this new, you know, my new phone. I do it all on a phone now. I think I've fixed the autofocus issue. It doesn't seem to be a problem. I think I posted that in another video. Hopefully won't have any issues with that anymore. But I've got, you know, I started working with some of the intro where I did a photograph of the backdrop here, and there's kind of 3 different facets I'm kind of, you know, wanting to build up within the channel, just to make things interesting. You know, daily stuff, blend reviews, general pipe chat, the VRs, the things like that, you know, under, you know, one category. Then I do my contemplations, which I just recently posted one, where I, you know, in my read time that I can sit back and just, you know, read and, you know, expand my mind and you know, things like that. I come across things that I, you know, want to discuss that may be a little bit different than just, you know, a blend review or a pipe review or something like that. So every now and then I'll do something like that. And then coming up on the 29th, I'm going to start a monthly, just a pipe chat devotional. I don't know what I'm going to call that one. Maybe that. I don't know. It sounds good to me. I think I'm going to start trimming down the duration of the automated intro pick. I had it at like 8 seconds, and think back, I got some feedback on that, and it might be a little bit too long. Just not trying to get too bells and whistly with things, but I do want to put out good content. So as I'm starting to kind of build, you know, get accustomed to, you know, doing these videos, and getting them produced the way I want them, which is not really a big production. You know, for the most part, it's just been a direct upload. I thought, well, I wanted to kind of improve upon what I've been doing. I just think, you know, when You know, if everything's the way I want it, that tells me that there's no room for improvement, and I like to strive for something better every single time. So, um, you know, any suggestions or anything, please leave them in the comments below. I definitely want to put out some good content that everyone will find interesting. Um, I think everybody brings something unique to this community. While we may do things that are common, uh, there are certain aspects that everybody does that kind of promotes their own uniqueness, and I appreciate that very much about the great people that I've met in this community, and what it's meant to me in the short time that I've been here. So that's what's coming up. Any suggestions, you know, drop them in there. I'd be willing to try anything once or twice. So that's all I have. I'm going to finish off this little this pipe I've got going right now and try to get these blend reviews done. Now this one here, or both of them, were from a pipe cigars order that I had done. And as I stated before, a big question I'm on is to find something that my wife doesn't mind the room note on. Put the filter back in there. She's not a big proponent of piping, and you know, she kind of, like a lot of society, wraps it all up into smoking. You know, so puts it in the same categories like cigarettes and things like that. So I bought an ounce to try to see if that works out, and you know, if that does, then I'm going to buy more of it. I still profess that I'm not a big aromatics guy. I enjoy aromatics. They definitely have a place in my rotation, and they certainly will when I find, you know, a few blends that my wife or those that are sensitive to the smell of tobacco, you know, would find more appealing. When I'm around them, I'll have a blend that is not as offensive. To me, I've never smelled any kind of pipe smoke that I thought was offensive. I've always thought every blend had just such a terrific room note, some more than others, but none of it was really bad. So I got an ounce of each one. The Captain Black Copper, they were out of the actual pouches of it, but they did sell it in bulk. So I haven't actually tried it out of the pouch. I know the handling is different when you're dealing with bulk quantities than pouch quantities. The next time it's available, I'll definitely try to get me a pouch of it to see if there's any big difference. But I've let these dry out for over 24 hours because I really like my tobacco to run dry, because I live in such a humid, you know, environment. I mean, it's not the most humid environment, but it is pretty humid here in North Texas. So it's taking them a while. They're, you know, after about leaving them open just in the bags, they're just about to the consistency that I like. Because what I found is when I pack it in the bowl, you know, even if it's even dry and some, you know, and crunchy almost, after the first few puffs, the environmental humidity imparts itself, and it becomes just about where I want it. So that's why I started to do that. I started to run them a little bit more dry. When I first got started with piping, I thought, well, I would lose something if I did that because the aroma was so robust in the pouch note or the tin note, and I didn't want to lose anything until I decided to try that, and I realized you don't really lose anything. And in my opinion, everyone's kind of got their own way. In my opinion, it's a better smoke doing it that way. So that's kind of what I do now. Anyways, I'll go ahead and cut this video short so I can get onto these other blend reviews. I just wanted to cover a few of those things, and just thank you for your patience as I'm trying to kind of play with some different things. Of course, don't want to make it too complicated. Just kind of looking for a way that I could do something a little bit better than I had. So anyways, that's it. OTC Piper, wishing everybody all the best. Here's to good times and a warm pipe.